Hello there, welcome back to your stable friend. Oh, I'm always getting myself into so much trouble, but you know what? For the horses, it's worth it. And don't think that I'm a human hater. I'm absolutely not. I really, really do care for people. And what people don't understand, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, is when you start to do better for your horse, you're going to feel better about yourself. And then you're going to be happier, and then your horse is going to be happier, and then you're going to be happier because your horse is happier, and so on and so forth, this wonderful upward spiral of happiness. So I hope you just listen and think about the things that I talk about without being too angry or too defensive. Last weekend, it came up again. My horse was bred to do it. It's okay. It's all right for this horse because he or she was bred to do it. You know, I finally think I came up with a good mic drop answer to that, and I said, can you explain to me how I missed this amazing development in the breeding industry, that we could breed a horse that doesn't experience pain, or that we can breed a horse that will hold up to the rigors of competition? Really? I didn't know that we could do that. So then why are there chiropractors and hock injections and magnetic saddle pads if we are breeding horses that are immune to pain and immune to breaking down? Yeah, I didn't get any response after I said that. I had to say that in a few different areas and no one could respond to that. I don't care if your horse was bred to do it. I could be bred to do anything, like a gymnast. Say you were bred to be a gymnast. 2 gymnast parents that came from other gymnast parents. It's in your blood, it's in your DNA, you're flexible, you can do it, you've got the conformation for it, you're petite, you were tiny, perfect. That's not going to stop you from making a mistake when you're learning how to be a gymnast and falling and crippling yourself for life. It's not going to help you. Perfection and knowing how to do the job isn't born into you. You might have a leg up to do the job because you have it in your bloodline, but it can't protect you from a mistake or an accident. Accidents happen to everybody. So everybody got very up in arms. I posted a picture of some rodeo event where the horse had gone into a sliding stop. Its front end was braced. You could see these forelegs just so stick straight, like so unbelievably braced. The hind end was completely sitting on the ground. Okay, all of the cowboys and girls thought this was so impressive. Everybody else who knows anything about the musculoskeletal system, that has had horses for any length of time doing extreme sport, we know how many times a horse can do that. I come from a jumping background, and I was told early on that every horse has only a certain amount of jumps in him or her before they can't jump anymore. Before the lameness sets in, before the arthritis sets in, before they start getting foot sore, shoulder sore, back sore, they only have so many jumps and not to waste them. Well, jumping can be very taxing. Sitting on the ground like that every weekend, having to do those sliding stops and practicing them during the week, so when you go to the competition, you're going to do it, that's a lot of those. When I saw that picture, I thought to myself, if I had turned one of my horses out and they did that on their own, I would be freaking out, crazy afraid that they might have snapped a hock, or torn a ligament, or wrenched their back, and been watching them for days to make sure they were okay. I would hope that that would only happen by sheer accident. I would never want to ask my horse to do something like that. I would also not ever want to ask my horse to go into roll cur or to jump the Poisson's wall at 7'3". Yes, can they do it? Yes, they can. Have they been bred to do it? They very well may have been bred to do it. That does not mean they can't hurt themselves. That doesn't mean they're going to hold up forever. That doesn't mean they aren't feeling pain or strain or stress. Take it from me. I'm 59 years old. I'm going to be 60 in like a month, a little over a month. I feel every fall. I feel every time I picked up a bucket that was too heavy. I feel every time I slipped in the barn aisle. I feel every accident that I ever had, whether it was with the horses at the barn or not. I feel it all now. Thank God there is nobody that's going to try to put me down or retire me because I'm a little bit lame and gimpy, or tell me that I can't go do my job anymore. God forbid that I am the master of my own destiny. Your horse isn't. And your horse depends on you to understand the consequences of the work that you're asking him or her to do. He doesn't know that if he does 789 of those stops, that he will never be sound again in his life. That'll be the last one. He doesn't know that. You might know that. You might know there's a chance of that. You're the one who's the custodian of your horse. You should know too if you're doing roll cur. You know, the horse can only go so long in an unnatural position like that until you're going to break that horse down. The horse doesn't know it, you know it. Some people say, but my horse loves it. Well, I don't like to infantilize horses, but let's just, so you can understand what I'm talking about, make you the parent and the horse the child, okay? You know if your little boy wants to go play football without a helmet on, that might not be a good idea. And you're going to tell him, look, football's tough. You at the very least have to wear a helmet and some kind of a protective, shield on you, vest or whatever they wear. You can't just go out there and run around and smash heads with everybody. You're not going to last very long. But he said, but it's so much fun. I want to. I just want to go. I just want to go. And the horse might be feeling that way too. I just want to go. I just want to go and do it. Yes, I enjoy it. It's fun. Great. They were bred to do it. They enjoy doing it. They have fun. But that doesn't mean that the horse understands that after a few years of doing it, it won't be able to do it anymore, and then it has a very uncertain future. Where does that horse end up? Does it end up at auction? If it ends up at auction, does it end up in the kill pen? If it ends up at the kill pen, does it end up at the slaughterhouse? If it ends up at the slaughterhouse, does it mean it ends up on someone's dinner plate? Probably. Probably. What if you say, well, I'm a responsible owner and I'm just going to euthanize my horse so it doesn't end up in a bad place. Oh, gee, thank you. Thanks for ending my life at 14 years old because my hocks don't bend anymore and you're sick of paying for my injections. The horse doesn't understand what is going to happen at the end. So it can love it. Oh, my horse loves to do sliding stops. He does it by himself in the arena when he's turned out. Great, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know what it's going to end up like. The horse that loves to jump doesn't understand that there's a limited amount of jumps. It's you that has to help the horse understand how to, fine, if you love to do these sliding stops, well then I'm not taking you to any competitions. You do them for fun and we'll do something else for a competition. There's so many things that you can do with your horses. I'm so curious as to what this drive for competing is and why we would put our horses at such risk to do it. One day when I have some time and some money and the energy to do it, I would love to do a study on what our human desire is for this competition and why we would literally sell our best friend down the river just to win a $4 acetate show ribbon. I just don't get it. I wish I could go back and ask my old self because I certainly, had my moment as being that person. So, your horse was bred to do it. Last time we talked about, well, he or she may have been bred to do it, but what if they don't want to do it? What if that's not anything that they had? But the other end of that spectrum is, what if they do love it, but they don't understand that it will be hurting them, that it's going to hurt? Yes, a horse was made to do those things. But in an extreme situation, a horse was made to sit down like that in an extreme situation. A horse was made to jump 7'3" if it was running away from a mountain lion or a cougar. They don't jump 7'3" for fun. They might jump 7'3" if you're prematurely weaning a mare from her foal. She might jump 7'3" to get back to her baby. I know a story about that. But a horse will not generally, unless it got into a bad situation and is having an accident with its body, do those things. They won't. If you've trained them to do that and they do enjoy it, and like free jumping for instance, my horse Speedy loved to go down in the arena And if there was a jump in his way when he was running around, he would just sail right over. But I never saw him do that with like a 7-foot fence. He never even dared jump out of the arena, which has a 5-foot fence. Yeah, he'd go over some low jumps, maybe 2 foot, maybe 3 foot at the highest. Yes, he would, but not every day, and not a whole course of them over and over. One here, one there. We push them too hard. We push them over the limit. We push them to the extreme, and it is not fair to them because they don't know the consequences. You do. And you are your horse's advocate and custodian, and you are the one that needs to protect it so it can live a long and sound life, so it has the best chance of having a forever home with you, and not to be replaced by the newer, younger model. Thanks for listening. Please hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. Thanks so much.